Hi, and welcome to my channel. Today, we will be talking about the anime, Mieruko-chan. Warning! Spoilers ahead. Let's get right to it. It all begins with some horror show broadcasting on TV. Miko Yatsuya wakes up and gets ready for school. While getting ready in front of the mirror, she cleans a handprint on it. When leaving, her family insists that she takes an umbrella with her, but she refuses. Her friend Hana Yurikawa meets her at school and hugs her from behind. They both discuss their favorite dolls. After school, when Hana leaves, Miko notices her doll is lost, so she goes back to the classroom, where she senses some shadow passing behind her. She finds the doll and runs in the rain to the bus station, where she waits and sends a picture to her friend. She notices something weird in her picture. An evil spirit's face appears on the phone. Suddenly, a terrifying evil spirit appears in front of her, asking her whether she can see it. She acts like she doesn't see the spirit, and when the evil spirit goes, a shiver runs down her spine. After coming home, her mother informs her that no one will be at home today. Miko goes to the restroom, but she notices the same handprint on the mirror as in the morning. Suddenly, an evil spirit appears and asks the same question of whether Miko can see it. She reacts by ignoring it completely and pretending that something is in her eye. She becomes terrified and goes to bed, where she notices another evil spirit under her blanket calling her mama. When she wakes up, Miko thinks it's all just a hallucination. At school, Hana once again hugs Miko, which terrifies her, and she asks her not to do this again. Suddenly, an evil spirit appears in front of her and asks the same question, which freaks her out as she realizes that this isn't hallucinations. When girls are changing in the locker room at school, Hana asks Miko to open her locker and is relieved to not see any evil spirits inside. When she picks up Hana's phone, she sees an evil spirit there and it screams. After acting calm and locking the door, she falls to her knees in fright. When Miko and Hana are sitting in the class, Miko panics when she sees Hana wrapped by an evil spirit's hands. Miko quickly takes Hana and leaves the room, but the evil spirit still follows them. When in the donut shop, Miko notices that she is standing in the row with evil spirits, but Hana saves her immediately by pushing her arm in the right line. On their way back home, Hana notices a little cat and puts an adoption status on her social media. A man then arrives to adopt the cat, but Miko refuses as he is swarmed with evil spirits. She gave the cat to the nearby person who was constantly staring at Hana with a desire of adopting the cat. Miko is relieved as the person has no evil spirits around him and tells Hana not to judge a book by its cover. The next day, Miko leaves home in a hurry but is fortunate enough to catch the bus on time. On the bus, she notices some paranormal activity and soon encounters a multi-headed evil spirit. Miko keeps pretending not to see it, but she is terrified and is desperately waiting for the bus to stop. When she approaches the cafe where she will meet Hana, she sees a boy under the influence of an evil lady spirit. The evil spirit is in love with the boy, and it mistakes Miko to be flirting with him. The spirit approaches Miko, but she pretends to watch wrestling on her phone, so the evil spirit leaves her alone. As Hana comes, Miko immediately leaves the cafe with her, and they both go to do some shopping. Hana buys a bunny and Miko buys prayer beads. She gifts Hana a pair of them as well to defend against evil spirits. As they walk through an alley, Miko notices that her prayer beads work and repel the evil spirits away from her. But they break as she encounters a giant evil spirit. After seeing Miko crying in horror, Hana takes her out for a treat. Hana offers her beads back to Miko, but Miko refuses to take them. After eating, both girls go to the fortune and exorcism shop of the old godmother for good prayer beads. The godmother immediately senses Miko's problem. She offers Miko the strongest prayer beads she has, but unfortunately, these prayer beads also break as soon as Miko wears them. It surprises the old godmother. On their way back home, Miko says that she is done with the prayer beads, and the giant evil spirit following Miko around also leaves. It is another day and Hana and Miko are buying food at the store. When Miko is about to pay, she sees an evil spirit standing near the cashier demanding extra money. Miko ignores it and buys some fish cake for herself. Later, Miko watches TV with her brother, and she goes out to buy juice from the vending machine. Her coin rolls over and it falls in front of an evil spirit. Miko is scared by the ugly spirit. Luckily, a crow steals the coin and flies away. Miko then returns home empty-handed. Next day at school, after sensing how weird Miko has been, her brother follows her and misunderstands the situation and assumes that she's being all weird because of a boyfriend. Later, when Miko is taking a bath, she gets haunted by another evil spirit. But suddenly her brother comes to check in on her and she gets saved. The next day, when Miko is getting ready for school, and she sees another large evil spirit at the breakfast table. This makes her leave without eating. Instead, she goes to a room and places pudding in front of her father's picture. Apparently, he had died a while ago. At the fortune and exorcism shop, Yulia asks the godmother to become her apprentice, to which she refuses but offers prayer beads in return. We learn that Yulia is also able to see evil spirits ever since her childhood, but is happy as it makes her different from others. The next day, when Yulia goes to the godmother's shop, which is closed, she sees Miko and Hannah. Yulia notices that Miko can see evil spirits as well. At school, Yulia tries to ask Miko about the small evil spirits on the floor, to which Miko tries to pretend that she can't see them, as Yulia is unable to see the larger evil spirit looming over them. Miko then panics and knocks her out. In the evening, Miko helps walk an old lady to her house, who then offers Miko steamed soup, who politely declines and goes home. The next morning, when Hannah is going to school, she sees a boy crying for his dog who has entered a haunted building. Hannah decides to help and enters the building. She rescues Chico but gets spooked and ultimately decides to never do anything like this again. When Hannah meets Miko at the bus station, Miko sees Hannah has been haunted and leads her to visit a powerful energy shrine. At the shrine, Miko sees the giant evil spirit again, standing near her, and prays hard to get rid of it. Hannah and Miko offer their prayers, and Hannah is excited about this mysterious place. Suddenly, after Miko finishes praying, she notices golden spirits around the giant evil spirit. These friendly spirits are helping Miko by fighting the giant evil spirit. Hannah takes a selfie with Miko as the golden spirits kill the evil spirit. Then, the spirits say something to Miko and leave. Next day, Miko is sitting in her classroom. Hannah comes over and shows her the picture she took at the shrine and asks Miko to visit more places like this, but Miko tries to refuse her. Yulia, who wants to make Miko admit that she sees these evil spirits, interrupts them and tells them that she knows a similar place and can take them there. Hannah, who desperately wants to take a good picture, agrees, and Miko has to as well. On their way, they reach a tunnel and Yulia tells them to reach the place they have to go through the tunnel. Yulia knows the tunnel is haunted and brings Miko and Hannah here to make Miko admit that she sees the evil spirits. In the tunnel, many paranormal activities occur, and Miko and Yulia see many evil spirits. But Yulia is unable to see the largest evil spirit, which feeds on the smaller ones. When it tries to attack them, good spirits from the shrine come and save them. On their way back home, Yulia gets emotional, explaining how she used to always get mocked for saying she saw evil spirits and that she can relate to Miko. Next day, we see Miko and her brother shopping to buy a dress for their mother. In the dressing room, when Miko is checking the size, an evil spirit appears and freaks her out. She is frightened and has no courage to go back and change her dress, so she wears it on her way back home. Inside the train, she sees a horrible evil spirit slicing people with his axe. The evil spirit uses the axe to take out another spirit from a lady. Miko gets frightened but overcomes the situation by ignoring it. At school, Miko and Hannah's teacher are going on maternity leave, so they say goodbye to her. However, Miko realizes that there's a spirit around the teacher's belly, so she asks her to be careful. The next day at school, it is seen that the replacement teacher is Zen, the same person that Miko refused to give the cat to earlier. Everyone becomes very happy, but Miko is frightened because she can see some scary evil spirits around him. During the break, Hannah insists Miko and Yulia to go inside a haunted house because they can win 20 donuts if they get the cursed stamp out of the building. When they go inside, Hannah and Yulia scream every time they see some scary bodies. Meanwhile, Miko is not afraid of these fake things, but suddenly she notices that she can scream in front of them without any hesitation and starts enjoying it. The group gets the cursed stamp and successfully goes out of the building. Outside, she asks Yulia to go with her to the real haunted house next time. Yulia becomes anxious and wonders if she is being tested here. The following day, Zen's neighbor gives him some food and talks to him about the recent missing cats. Suddenly she notices some blood on his hand and asks Zen about it. He tells her that he broke a glass and cut himself. Later in school, Miko and her classmates are studying with Zen. When Zen asks Miko to read the next paragraph, she becomes terrified because of an evil spirit in the class. Suddenly Hannah feels hungry and asks Zen if she can rest. Miko is saved as she takes Hannah to the nurse's office. Yulia then visits Hannah and tells her that her life aura drains when she gets near Zen. She notices that Hannah does not know about the evil spirits. Miko asks Yulia to talk to her later, but she gets scared and runs away from her. Later in the day, evil spirits try to attack Miko at the park, but some good spirits save her. Miko figures out that the good spirits will only help 3 times, which scares her about her future. The following day, while standing in the class, Zen remembers his harrowing childhood memories. His mother used to treat him badly. After school, Miko starts chasing after Zen. She stops him as she thinks that he will kill the cat and runs away with it. As she falls, Zen saves the cat from a car and gets badly injured in the accident. In the hospital, Zen explains that he wanted to save the cat as someone in the neighborhood is killing them. Miko tells him that her family is looking after the cat. After that, Zen's friend, Satoru, tells Miko about how Zen's mother used to beat him and killed the cat he loved. She finds out that the spirit around him is her mother and asks the spirit to leave him alone, angering it. But good spirits come to save Miko and kill the evil spirit. Later, Miko gives Zen her cat and he moves from his apartment as it doesn't allow pets. Miko goes to the shrine to offer more stuff, but as she tries to pray, the golden spirits change their form and attack her. But she is woken up by her brother and realizes that it was a dream. Miko wonders how often she comes to see these things and she finally accepts the reality and learns to become happy. The final scene ends with Yulia becoming friends with Hana and the three girls walk away together. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.